We are in the heart of the Gulch. I'm your host, Tony Mendoza, but as you can see, we're not in the studio today. We're at the MCC, the Music City Center here in Nashville, Tennessee for CMA Fest, and we got the one and only Shane Profitt in the building. What's up, my man?
How are you, brother?
Dude, it has been a whirlwind, hasn't it, already?
It has, man, but it's good. It's good. If I was any better, I'd be naked and it'd be illegal.
Well, you know what? I'm excited for lunch today because I'm looking at a steak salad. I want a steak salad today.
What kind of steak, though?
Oh, man, you tell me. So, wait. First of all, if you had to pick your favorite type of steak, you going buffalo? You're going?
I don't know about that.
Where are you going? Give me some good food,
I've
man.
only ever had a buffalo burger.
But that means it's a meat. There has to be a steak in a buffalo.
Well, I'm sure there is. I would say if I had, say, 30 number ones,
yeah,
I would have a tomahawk ribeye every day.
Oh, my gosh. Absolutely. Well, it looks like we're better off fishing, though, huh?
We are.
Talk to me about that song, man.
Man, so I was dating this girl at the time, and the deal was she kept. So I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes. Whenever, not in a bad way, but whenever I worked for the city, I would hoard all of my paid time off, right, and just take like nothing but hunting in the winter.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would use up all my time in the winter and just go like hunting for a month straight. Well, she kept complaining because I would always work overtime and everything, and she kept complaining about how we weren't spending enough time together. And so the plan was on a Friday I was going to take off and use one of my days and take her to the mall and spend all day with her. Well, the mall that we were going to, Bass Pro Shops, was attached to it, right here in Opry Mills.
Yeah, of course.
So I was okay with that, but so that was the plan. I was going to pick her up the next morning. We were going to spend all day together, go on a date and take her to the mall and everything. And after she had fell asleep, one of my best friends called and he said, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Can you take off?" I said, "I already have. What you got?" And he said, "Well, I know the fish are biting in Alabama. Let's go fishing."
Dude, come on.
So we went, and I had my phone in my pocket all morning. We're sitting there wearing them out, just one right after the other, big old catfish. And I kept feeling my phone ringing in my pocket, and I was pressing decline on the little side button without taking it out of my pocket. That way, when I did have to talk to her, I could be like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was you." She had my location, so she knew where I was at anyway. And anyway, I ended up, where I screwed up was about lunchtime. I decided it'd be a good idea to post a picture of the stringer full of catfish we'd caught. And I still hadn't talked to her yet, right? So anyways, I posted this picture on Facebook, and you know how it says upload once a little circle goes around? It no more than went around and uploaded, and I had my phone in my hand still. That's how quick it was, and it was her, and I answered it, and dude, she called me things I didn't even know was a thing.
Well, in a way, that's how it ought to be, So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just getting you with all of them.
You're getting me. Are you a dad?
I'm not.
You're gonna have hellacious dad jokes when the time comes.
Oh God, you can just tell.
I can tell already.
Well, you know what? Don't put that pressure on me yet. Don't put that out there in the atmosphere yet. Okay.
I'm sorry. I take it back.
Well, Shane, let's talk about some music and not only that, but you're performing, man.
Yeah.
Because CMA Fest is one of those places where whether you're playing the Spotlight stage, the Reverb stage, the Chevy Riverfront, you're playing to an audience that's here to see you.
Absolutely.
And what's that like, man? What's that like to fully get an audience participation and watching you, not playing to people not listening to you in a honky-tonk bar?
Yeah, I mean, that's the big difference for me because before I had a record deal, I was just background noise. And, I was fortunate to get to do that kind of stuff, but once you play for people that are really engaged, that's the make it moment for me, when people actually are engaged to what you're singing about and hear every word, and that's the big making it moment for me. But man, it's just all of CMA Fest is really cool because it's people from all around. You never know who you might pass walking on the street,
100%.
It's a really special time, and one of the great things about country music is it just brings people together.
Well, you talk about bringing people together. What's one experience that you've had while you're performing that you saw a fan do for you or give you, like a fan gift or something like that, where you're just like, wow, you were really thoughtful? It could even have been a sign.
Yeah, I think, man. So sometimes there'll be people that throw up military coins.
Oh, yeah.
On
Yeah,
stage.
yeah.
Especially on my debut single at radio called How It Oughta Be. It says you ought to be on your feet when that anthem is sung. And I think that really, really touches people, especially in the military. And so they'll throw up. I've had police officers throw up their
Patches?
their patches, and people throw military patches and military coins, and that's honestly one of the most special things to me.
Well, you said it. So first of all, as I will always say whenever that's brought up, thank you guys who are serving out there for
Absolutely.
our country. And whether you are in the military or you're a service folk like a nurse or firefighters, man, that's the backbone of what. You know what? I'm going to ask you this question. This is totally off the cuff.
Yeah.
I got in an argument the other day because I don't believe that Starbucks needs to be tipped. If you're going to give me a Starbucks, I'm not going to tip you and they always ask it intently.
They always do.
I think nurses and firefighters should be tipped.
I think so too. I think there's not a price that you could necessarily put on somebody saving your life or putting out, your house catches on fire, and they put it out, and you get to keep those belongings, or you get to save your house. Yeah, I mean, dude, once those are gone, I've had buddies that have
lost everything.
lost everything.
And that's what I'm saying. So I know we kind of went on that, but that's something that I kind of thought about the other day when we were talking about service. But speaking of service and something fun, to the right of you got a spin the wheel game. Go ahead and grab that up. Now, what I want you to do is you're going to put it right there in your lap, and I want it to give a good spin. Here, I'll hold your mic for you, and let's see what
Hey,
question
I would
you get.
also like to add,
Yes, go ahead.
do you know on GoFundMe now that there is a tip option on that as well?
On GoFundMe?
On GoFundMe, did you know that? Did anybody know that? On GoFundMe, I have a buddy, Styles, by the way, his dad he was in the military, speaking of that, and he had a bad wreck, and they're trying to get him back. So anyways, I was on GoFundMe. He has like a thing where you can donate to his dad. But anyways, the tip option, it automatically tries to tip 25% of whatever your donation is. So if you tip $100, it's going to be $125, and you don't even know till it's too late.
Really?
Yeah. And you're like, what does this go to? And they're like, GoFundMe.
That's wild. I don't know about that,
it's
man.
crazy.
GoFundMe doesn't need to be funded.
No.
But let's have
Lord,
some
no.
fun, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Which way does it
Wherever
matter?
you go.
I don't even know what's on this wheel, actually.
Exactly. You'll find out. So I got the question you got is favorite gig story and why?
Favorite gig story and why? I was somewhere in Ohio. Do I put this down? I was somewhere in Ohio playing a show with Easton Corbin. And, man, it was a Halloween show. And we were playing this show. It was literally it was like a conference area of a hotel, right? And everybody came in dressed up. I opened the show, and everybody came in dressed up. And me and Easton are standing there talking. And there's this person dressed as a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. And he smacks me on the arm. He's like, check that out. And the person is standing away from us, right? Turns around, this guy has a beard all the way down to his belly button. It's a guy dressed as a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. I'm talking like in the short shorts and everything. And Easton was checking the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader out. That's probably like the funniest like pre-show story that I have. I sat there, and actually, so the band fired up, and they had to keep playing the intro because I was literally like crying. I was laughing so hard at Easton.
Well, that's a crazy story. And That's
Yeah.
the first time I ever heard that type of story on the show.
Yeah.
Now, another thing. Let's do one more. Let's
All
do
right.
one more.
All right.
Let's see where it takes us.
All right.
Good spin.
Oh, God.
What is your skincare routine?
All right. So, skincare routine.
That's the girlfriend's question, and it always gets pulled up. And there's so many questions we could ask.
Yeah, there is.
But the girlfriend's question always gets picked.
Man, my skincare routine. I don't really know if this counts, but I'll do like beard wash every time I'm in the shower.
That definitely counts.
Does
Absolutely.
That count?
That's
that's
attached
not really
to your
skin.
face.
Yeah, but I wouldn't really say that's skin. But I do a beard wash every time I'm in the shower. And so those of y'all that don't know, I have actually like really nice hair. And so
that deserves an applause.
Not to like brag or anything, but I do have really nice hair. And so the trick to my hair is I don't shampoo it every day. I shampoo it every other day. So I flip-flop. I'll shampoo one day, condition the next, and I use Big Sexy hair products.
Let's go. Well, speaking of which, I shampoo every single day, and these guys know my routine. My routine, I'm in the shower more than I'm walking around in the daytime yet,
Really?
And I shampoo every day, and I got some sexy hair. What you talking
you
about?
do. You actually do. You
But
really
I'm
do.
starting to get a little hair recline. But real behind you, talking about reclining, there's a...
Is that a real cactus?
It's not. It's not a real cactus.
I was going to say, damn, you're trying to poke my arm.
Grab those flags for me real quick. So red and green flag game, all right?
All right.
So I'm going to throw you 5 of them, all right? And the
All right.
first one's going to be, she loves to go fishing, but she doesn't like to go hunting. Red flag or green flag?
She likes to go fishing, but don't like to go hunting. I'll go green. I'll go green, and I'll tell you why. I like being alone sometimes. If she wants to go get a tan on the boat, come on, baby, you know. But Chloe isn't. But we have this agreement. She goes hunting with me one time a year.
Okay, all right.
That's plenty. That's plenty.
Red flag or green flag, okay? You have a signing event in CMA Fest, but we're going to go to a Broadway bar instead.
Oh.
You have a signing for CMA Fest,
Yeah.
but we're going to go to a Broadway bar instead.
Man, I'm going to go red flag. I have lived within an hour of Nashville my whole life, and I've been on Broadway 2 times.
You're saving yourself a lot of money.
I know. And I'm just not really big on drinking. I'm on a vodka and Fresca kick right now. Do y'all know what Fresca is?
Dude, who doesn't know what Fresca is?
I didn't actually until a week ago, so don't hate. But no, I'm a fiend for Fresca now. I have to have one a day every day.
Well, you know what? What's the thing that we had in Mexico? Was it Squirt? Yeah. Oh, my God. Have
Those
you
are
had
here.
Squirt? Is that here?
They have it here.
I thought it was only a Mexico thing.
No.
Hey, shout out to Mexico. Anyway.
I like chips and queso.
Hey, but wait, red flag or green flag?
Okay.
Chips and queso that I only like, you're getting ready. I only like jalapenos in my chips and queso. I don't like to do it all the way up.
What do you mean?
I don't like to put all the extra meats and all the...
That would be nachos at that point, right?
Yeah, I guess
I'm talking about the appetizer, like they bring out chips and salsa. You're like, hey, can I get guac, or hey, can I get queso?
Can't basically chips and queso basically be a nacho?
I think
if you put it all together, isn't it a nacho?
No, I don't think so. I feel like if the cheese is poured on top, then it's nachos.
Okay, so
but if
you need the
dip
cheese.
it, then that's different. But pouring the cheese. All right. So when they bring you here, when they bring you a basket of chips, if you were to take that bowl of queso and pour on top, that's serial killer vibes right there.
Dude, man, you're too much, bro. God, here, give me those flags back. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna give you. All right, let's just talk. Let's just talk. Last 2 questions here.
Yeah.
All right. All right, going back to some serious topic here. When we talk about imposter syndrome, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone goes through imposter syndrome. The
What is
person
that?
watching this, do you not know imposter
that
syndrome? When you have anxious or you don't believe you're doing everything you possibly can be doing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And you don't feel like you belong.
Yeah.
Everyone goes through it, whether it is a musician or a person working at a fire department, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What keeps you going every day and not listen to the little voice in the back of the head saying you can't do it?
So my fiance, that feels like a French word, by the way. My fiance told me a few weeks ago, because in this business there's lots of ups and downs, right?
100%.
She told me a few weeks ago, she said, it's easy to forget how blessed you really are, but if you take a step back, think about yourself 2 years ago and how proud yourself 2 years ago would be of yourself today.
Dude, absolutely, man. 2 years ago, I had to steal a CMA Fest credential.
Yeah.
Now your boy's talking to you, baby.
That's exactly
We're here.
right, baby.
Now, 2025, we're filming this in the middle of CMA Fest in 2025.
Yeah.
Next year will be 2026. What can the fans expect from you?
Man, all right, so I'm actually making my first ever full-length record right now, which I'm really excited for everybody to hear. I just released Long Live Country today, my new single.
Congratulations.
Thank
Happy
you,
release
brother.
day, brother.
Thank you so much. Hopefully next year when we're having the same conversation, we're talking about my previous, Riverfront or Nissan, hopefully, maybe. But no, hopefully we're talking about my previous number one, Long Live Country. That would be ideal.
Yeah.
But
let's put that out in that
yes,
atmosphere.
sir, absolutely.
Sure. Well, we got to head out, so you guys know this every day. I look forward to speaking to not only you, but yourself as well, man. It's absolutely amazing conversation, man. My name is Tony Mendoza. We're still here in the heart of the Gulch, and I will see you guys next time. See y'all later.
Thank you.
Bro,
Dude, that was great.
Absolutely.
That was so much fun.
That was awesome.
That was great.
That was great.
Hey, I'm actually not doing much. I want to be weird.
Yeah, just keep
I want to do this.
Nice. Awesome.